This is the Man Stop It podcast. Man Stop It. Man Stop It. What's the word? What's the word? How y'all doing, man? It's your boy Big Les. Man Stop It podcast. We got a story on my little cousin slash little brother, Walt D, from the 6. Yeah, I got a story on my little cousin, man. My eyes is bad, man. Y'all gotta excuse me, man. You feel me? They bad, man. But yeah, my story, man, on my little cousin, on Walt D, man. You know, that wasn't my cousin. He was my little brother. You feel me? He was my little brother, man. Yeah, that was my heart too. You know what I'm saying? He most definitely was my heart. This story on Walt, man. Walt first came to the 6. You know, don't get me wrong. He was born over there. He was born on 47. You know what I'm saying? Went to Shakespeare. His kindergarten year. You know, preschool shit like that. He went to Shakespeare. He graduated from Shakespeare from kindergarten as a shorty. You know what I'm saying? Walt did. But you know, my grandmother later on, you know, he was born right there on 1126 in a courtway. You feel me? That was back in 80. And my grandmother lived in a building right there by the gas station. You know what I'm saying? On 47, right behind Shakespeare, right in front of Shakespeare. Shakespeare was behind it. My grandmother later on, she moved back down there to the wells and stuff, to the Outer Bees. So Walt started going to Doolittle grammar school, which is where he graduated from. But he was down there with a bunch of my female cousins and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He was down there all the time. I used to always go to my grandmama's house all the time, and he'll be down there with all his, you know, his sisters, his cousins, but the majority, you know, you got Duck and all them, but they was much younger, all of them. So I used to always go down there. He used to always want to come with me. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to come to my crib. You know what I'm saying? And I came down there one day, man, and his mama had called my auntie, and I had talked to her and stuff. I was like, you know, I want to take Walt down there with me to the crib. He wanna come down there. And I talked to her on the phone. I don't know if she remembered it, but I remember it clear as day. You know what I'm saying? So my auntie was like, Leslie, just take care of my baby, watch over my baby. You know, that's my auntie only son, you feel me? So I told her, you know, that's her oldest and her only son, you feel me? And I told my auntie, and I'll never forget it. I said, I got him, you know. You ain't gotta worry about him, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta let Granny know that you want to come down there with me. Cause you know my granny, she ain't want to let none of her grandkids go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She did the same for me, you know. So he wound up coming down there with me to the crib on Lake Park, and Walt was like 13, 12, 13 years old, about 14. No, he was about 13, cause he was in high school. I think he was just going to higshe school. And she came came down there with me, and he was going to King. You know what I'm saying? He went to school every day. Uh, the building I lived in is a building I stayed in back when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? It's a building I was in as a kid, so uh, he was there. You know what I'm saying? So just growing up with me, living with me, I loved that my little cousin was with me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you wind up meeting Tiff. You know what I'm saying? Kids. They was kids, and you know, they just started liking each other. You know what I'm saying? They was kids. You know what I'm saying? He used to just be out there playing, kicking it, going outside. You know, which he never disrespected me, never ran off, never did this, never did that. He always came in at a decent time. Uh, he just was being a young guy. You know what I'm saying? And I really wasn't all over him, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But he used to just be around his big cousin. He loved his big cousin, man. And see, that's how him and Tiff hooked up when he moved down there with me in the building. And then that the rest is history, and that's how they got together, you know. And come Raheem, then later on come Hakeem, you know. But Walt always told, I'll never forget the day, and this was like right before he got killed. He we was at the crib in the tower. We was in the tower, and he told Raheem was 6 years old. Hakeem was his baby laying on his chest, about 6 months old, some shit like that. And we was in the crib, and Hakeem laying on Walt's chest, and Raheem standing there on the floor, you know. I'm sitting there, you know, we just sitting around talking and shit, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? I used to always be up there at his crib in the tower, kicking it with him. I think I moved out of there at this time. And he told Raheem, he said, man, well, I don't never want to hear you call Ain't Mo your cousin, because Walt always called me Ain't Mo. He said, you better not never call him your cousin, this your uncle. He said, you always say uncle to him. And Raheem was like, okay, Dad, you know what I'm saying? And he never called me less. He never called me cousin. He always addressed me as uncle. And same with Hakeem. Hakeem used to hear his brother always call me uncle. And that's where the respect came in, and that's what they called me. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Walt was the man. Walt was a good dude, man. You know what I'm saying? When I left the streets and I started aging out and getting up out of there, I used to be down there, in my 20s and shit. But when I got up out of there, you feel me? Walt was still down there with the guys, and shit, them was his brothers. You know what I'm saying? And he used to hang with a lot of them. You feel me? So that's how that went, man. This your boy Big Les, the Man Stop It Podcast.